live? Okay. All right. I'm just gonna let me just check in and make sure we are right on, right on, and live. Um, yeah, I have a little bit of the delay here. Still not live. I don't think we're live. Are we? Okay. Okay, fine. All right. Okay. Yes. Yes, we are. We are live. All right. Okay. Welcome back to yet another live stream here from the Reolink studio. Uh, Joe is already here with the bang bang bang. I see Joe. Welcome, Joe. It's good to have you here early. Yeah, we're a little like a minute late. Uh, uh, and we're good to have you around. It's good to have all of you join us on this live stream today. Inflatable Master says, "What is the best revolving reeling?" Okay, that's like some cool, so cool. I would say what tagline for reeling. Yeah, and welcoming. I'll give you a bam 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 for that. That's good. Best revolving for real. Best revolving reeling. Inflatable Master, thank you for being here. Welcome to the stream. We have Samuel Bacon says hello. It's good to have you around, Samuel. Yes, great. Today again we're here to chit chat and hang out, just like we always do on our streams. And today we're live streaming because Easter is just around the corner. I'm not sure what you guys are doing if you're having any holidays for that. Feel free to let me know in the comment section or in the chat box what you've been doing if you have any holidays coming up ahead. And today we're actually doing something a little bit different because I have like a good friend that is joining me today on the live stream. We will be chatting and going over some, just the general details about security in general. We'll be chit chatting about, some tips and tricks and different ways to do, to install your security and play around with them. And feel free to join in and ask questions too when if you're here watching us. And if you have any questions about products and anything I can give you answers to, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. I'll answer them if I see them, and if I don't see them directly, I have a technician here that will be able to answer all of these questions that you have. Um, Medit app says I wrote some software to use AI to summarize the video clips and do daily danger reports. Hire me. All right, Medit app. That's some pretty sick developing you've done right there. Sure would love to see it. And welcome Maggie to the chat. It's good to have all of you here. But okay, before we get to what we have, again, if you have any plans or any traditions or anything you're doing for Easter, let me know. If you're going out or you're traveling, feel free to let me know. I'd love to know. But before further ado, I'm gonna bring in our guest for today. And feel free to drop him a bang, bang, bang when he comes in here. I've been talking to Tony for the past couple of weeks, and Tony has been a very great user of Reolink cameras, and he's had a whole lot of stories while using these cameras, and he's been able to figure out ways to play around with the cameras, installing them, and tips and tricks around it. So today we'll be just be having a chill chat, general conversation about security in general. And if you have any questions while we're chatting, feel free to drop them down. Tony will be able to read them and answer some of them. I'll drop some, you know, questions in here and out there, and then we'll answer some of your questions too. The Medit apps I'll do with the video, and I can send it to. You can DM that to our Instagram if you wanted to, and then we'll check that out. Okay. But all right, let's bring Tony in. Let's bring Tony. Is Tony here? Oh yeah, Tony's here. Okay, good. Everybody, welcome. Say hi to Tony. Tony is joining me on this stream today. We'll be having this is more like you remember that idea we talked about before that want to bring some of you supporting and watching the streams to hear together so we could chat about some of our products and some of the ways we use security in general. Yes, this is what we're doing. And if you see in the chat, Joe is dropping some bam, bam, bam for Tony. Tony, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. Joe is dropping that in hot. Uh, Joe, feel free to join in the conversation from the chat box. And before further ado, we're just going to jump into general topics here. Tony, I'll just let you introduce yourself uh, and to our audience watching here.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Tony. I've been Reolink user for probably 3 or 4 years now. When I bought a house, I decided to invest in a security camera, and so I decided to go with Reolink because of just
Yeah.
various options that the you guys offer. So
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, Tony has been a long-term user of the Reolink cameras. He's had different cameras from PTZ cameras to bullet style cameras. He's had a whole lot of them that he uses around his home. And Tony Kim has some interesting stories while using his cameras. The pretty great stuff. Pretty
well,
wouldn't say great, but
yeah,
but you know, it's the experiences that we will be able to share on, on the chat live here. So while we're going on, if you have any questions you want to drop in here, feel free to drop them down, and then we'll get to it. So I have a few questions, topics, like not just direct questions, but topics we'll be discussing together. And my first one here is to discuss the fact that what discuss what makes people choose a security camera when they actually need it. What makes people want to go get a security camera? It and when getting that security camera, what's the first feature that people look for? But let's just go back a little bit and start with the fact that what would make someone want to buy a security camera? Tony, what do you think?
well, I think there's like a lot of different reasons, but for me
Mm,
personally, right,
yeah.
the biggest thing is protecting my property. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, so
Yeah.
just being able to see what's going on at my house, if I have a contractor working, like, or
Mm,
I have a pool, so if I'm out of town, to be able to see if my pool equipment is working, or if
mm.
my pool guy is coming to service it, and things like that. It's the main use that I have.
Yeah, I guess that would be it for everyone when it comes to choosing a security camera. Yes, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Trying to find a camera, something that would help you monitor your
Yeah.
property when you're not home, remote view everything that is happening
Mhm.
around. I guess that will be, yeah, that's pretty. It would be the same for me too. And if you have any other thoughts from anyone else that is watching us, feel free to drop those down also in the chat box, where you should be able to uh, read those too, and go about and have this conversation together. And then Tony, so again, when it comes to choosing a security camera, uh, probably for a start, I mean, the first time you had to go get a security camera, I would assume that you already had knowledge about it or not, and if you did have or not have knowledge about security cameras in general, was is there like was there any specific feature that you had in mind to want to go get this security camera?
So I guess I didn't really have any that much experience with security cameras. Maybe with cameras, just in general, and video cameras and
Mm, yeah.
DSLR and different things like that. But for security cameras, that was a completely new experience for me.
Mm,
I know a little bit about networking, but the main thing for me that I was looking for was something that I could just rely on. It would be
mm,
reliable.
yeah.
Uh, it's not gonna, because the like Wi-Fi can be spotty sometimes, or internet can be spotty. So I want like local backup. I want to be able to connect directly to it and things like that.
Okay. All right. I would say. I would say what if when I wanted to get a security camera, for a start, when I started with security cameras in general, I did not actually have any ideas on um, like features, specific features that I would
Yeah,
want to go for. I just wanted something that would I could put at home and be able to record things that are happening around. And even then, I I did not even think about remote access, being able to remote access your camera from far away to see what exactly it's seeing. I just wanted something that would be there, knowing that there's something in there that's recording
yeah,
that you might get back to, and then take a security cam, the, take out an SD card or connect it to a computer, and then view what it recorded. But would you say that the added benefit of being able to remote view your footage from far away is something that makes it easier for anyone that wants to get a security camera.
yeah. And I think the different ways you can store the data. You guys have the
Mm,
you have the ability to do the cloud if you want to be easy,
mm,
or you could put a SD card if you want it to be on site, but something that's a little bit easier to do as opposed to like having a NAS or NVR
mm,
or
mm,
something else. So I think the the ability to remote in from wherever you are,
mm.
whether you're outside the country or just down the road at wherever you work,
Yeah. Mm,
is just it's really nice to be able to do that.
yeah. Yeah. Pretty much an added benefit because I feel like nowadays, for anyone thinking of getting a security camera, this is pretty much a basic feature to be able to remote access your camera and see what it is seeing. Um, yeah, so yeah, that works. I have a pretty fun question coming up, but for now, let's jump in. I think Tony, I think you can read. Samuel has a very interesting story about when he had his security camera. Can you see that?
Yeah, with the pizza, that
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
like to see how what happened because that's definitely interesting.
yeah. Years ago, yeah. Vacation and there was pizza everywhere. But so I guess someone decided to throw a party while everyone was gone. Wait, Samuel, so who did that? Your little brother, or it's someone that was part of a family? How
Someone
often?
playing a prank on him.
Yeah, and then just days and not relying on the cloud to record. Sometimes it can go down. Okay, yeah. So Joe's pretty much like looking for local storage straight out of the box when it comes to security cameras, and yeah, I'm pretty chill. All right, question here. I have something. Yeah, a question that we can all have an answer to, including everyone that is on the chat box. Where is the most underrated place to install a security camera? If do you have an idea? What
I
like
think
the most underrated place? Yeah.
I think inside, like in the garage, like somewhere where it's like inside, but it's in the corner, dark corner, like a garage or something like that. It's pretty underrated.
Yeah. Why
Yeah,
though?
because it's a big blind spot.
Okay.
Because most of the time you have your cameras all around your house,
Mm.
but the one place I think that I want to add one is in my garage, just because uh, that's like where you're going to keep your tools or your supplies or whatever
Mm.
else. I have like a fairly big garage and I have a lot of pool equipment or just my lawn equipment or things like that. The
Mm.
lighting is typically better, at least a little bit, so that um, you get a if someone's coming in to snoop around, you get a better view of them.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, yo, uh, uh, do, what would you say most underrated places? Do you guys have any answer when it comes to most underrated place to install a security camera? you know, I was gonna come up with something really, but I mean, living room. Yeah, that's not underrated. I'd say it's pretty normal. Uh, uh, oh, like an opposite tree in your home. So if you have like a tree in your yard, Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. If you have let's say you have a tree house, like right, like you have a tree house in your home around, and you can have a camera totally installed around there because it's discreet. Yeah, and it faces your main, like your home,
Yeah.
but then it's super discreet and all of that. Yeah, that's a
Get the
good
kit.
one. Yeah,
Get the camera
yeah.
one.
Yeah, a camel, and yeah, and if it's a camel camera, oh, we don't have one here. The camel camera. If we have it here, I'll show that. If we have that, so yeah, that would be a pretty cool place to install a camel camera and have it like heating all around. Do we have it? Oh, we have a camel camera. Oh yeah, so we have one. I'm gonna get one here. There we go. So yeah, this this on a tree opposite the house would be a great move. You know, you just have it there discreet and you don't see that. It just stays there, it hides away from everything. But it does the job and you can access it. Check this out. Check this out. This is one amazing camera. I think we'll drop the link in in the description if anyone wants to check it out. All right, moving on. So again, freestyle topics. We were talking about general security, security content and tips and tricks and general stories, how we play with our security cameras. Finally, chat for the holidays ahead. If you're just joining the chat, feel free to drop your questions in the comment section. We'll be reading them. Tony is also checking it out. Tony uses a lot of Reolink cameras and he's found ways to play around with these cameras over the time, and we're just having a general chat talking about all these topics here. So my next question, next topic to talk about here is naming your security camera. Have you ever used like a specific name, like a person's name or a pet's name for your security camera?
So the NVR is actually named after our pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have two cats, and one of them is named Toast, and the other one's named Cinnamon. So it's Cinnamon Toast. I need a crunch somewhere in there.
Okay, so a cinnamon toast MVR. Yeah, I don't. Oh wait, have I? Oh no, I did. I did name a camera, but that was it was after Tom and Jerry, that cartoon. I just made it simple, Tom and Jerry, for these two cameras. So yeah, it's just something that's always on top of my head. You know the Tom and Jerry cartoon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so just pretty simple names like that. Let's see, in the tree challenge accepted, but I don't have a camel cam. All right, yeah, the links should be links to that cam should be in the chat box for you if you want to check it out. Will the camouflage fragments LTE release in Europe? It seems it's only available. Okay, we'll check on that, Samuel, and we'll let you know. All right, we'll check on that and we'll let you know. Uh, yeah, so naming cameras. I guess I'm sure a lot of people actually do that, right? Naming their cameras.
Y-
Yeah, depending on the location.
Yeah, camera one, and camera two, camera three is
Yeah.
that's boring.
Yeah, that's boring. Yeah, I would say yeah, it's boring. That's the first thing you do when you get the security camera. Anyway,
Yeah.
you see camera one, camera two. You might want to name them to know exactly what is where. If it's on the tree, I'll probably just call it. Wait,
Tree cam. Yeah.
that's the most basic tree cam, yeah, right. But yeah, it's a super. Hey, what's that character from that movie? Oh shit. Huh? What? What's the name? He the
Groot.
the the tree.
Groot.
Yeah, Groot. I oh yeah, I am Groot. Yeah,
I am
that's it. I
Groot.
got
There
it.
you go. That's
Yeah,
a good
so
one.
you probably call it that.
Groot cam.
Yeah, yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy. You just call it I am Groot. Just name it like that, and then that could work. Uh, all right. So again, a lot of topics to go over, so we're jumping in. So wired cameras versus battery powered cameras? Uh, is there a specific uh, is there a specific preference towards the wired cameras or battery powered cameras, or you
Yeah.
you have a specific use for both of these type of cameras?
Both of them definitely have their use case, I think. Like
Mm,
the solar cameras are and the battery power that have the solar panel next to it, and those
mm,
are really good for like remote locations or areas that like if you
mm,
have like a big property that in the far corner that you're not going to be running electricity to, or
mm,
I didn't tell you this, but I've used your camera on I used to work for a toll road and we had to monitor some graffiti. It was in the middle of
oh,
nowhere. It was going to cost us like $2,000 just to bring some electricity to it. And so we
uh,
installed a Reolink camera, which was the first time I bought your product. And it sat there watching this area for graffiti and it, tracked and everything like that. And it had the solar
mm,
power. And, I put a data card in there, a SIM card in there.
oh yeah.
Uh, and with the SD card, and I could monitor it from my phone, and that was like really really useful. But for a
Mm,
home situation, for me, I would rather have the wired approach, specifically PoE, because I can hook that up to the NVR, and then I hook up the
mm,
NVR to like battery backup, and so even if I lose power or lose internet or lose whatever, it's constantly going to be recording with that battery backup.
mm. Okay, so wired then. I would say wired.
Yeah,
Wired first choice. But would you say for average user, I know grilling cameras are pretty easy to install, even if you're having to use
yeah,
them with VR. But would you say
yeah.
for the average user, it's a pretty seamless installation? Like, is it easy to install for the average user that doesn't know much about security cameras? I mean,
If you do the Wi-Fi ones that have
mm,
like a power adapter, I think
yeah.
that's a lot easier. And if you have the attic space that you can crawl around, or you know how you're going to be routing it around, and in
Mm,
your trim of the house, or if it's inside, then that's super easy. Or like looking through a window instead of like
mm,
mounting it up on your eave. Um, but yeah, I mean the when it gets more difficult is whenever you're having to get into your attic and run the PoE, Ethernet cable and have the NVR.
oh yeah.
That's definitely a little bit more technical.
Yeah. I would say running cables, uh, yeah. They, I mean, plugging in the cables wouldn't be the hardest part, but having to run the cables around the whole house yourself, finding a
Yeah,
good
it's
way to run them around.
it's not so much plugging them in, but it's
Yeah.
like figuring out how long of an Ethernet cable you're going to need,
Mm,
and then if you're going to do like custom ones and you're buying just a roll or a spool of like Cat 5A or Cat 6A or whatever,
yeah.
then you're going to have to terminate each one, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's where it gets really time intensive
Yeah. 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 I understand. But
and
then,
hot because you're in
yeah,
that attic.
I know. But you know, you can also purchase automated cables that are already ready to
Yeah,
go on the
yeah,
length you need, and you just have to figure out how to pull the cables through your home
yeah,
to where you have the NVR set up, and then you can just plug those in. Because
yeah.
generally, I would say with the NVRs is also an easy setup when it
Hmm.
comes to these cameras. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Comes to home into smart home integration, is there is it do you think it's super important though? Because I love using smart home devices like Google and
Mm.
Alexa, showing the camera, but it is something that I would use once and not so many times, I would say, because I just find it natural to just pull out the phone from my pocket, open the app, and check what it's looking at or what it's seeing. But I don't know about you. Do you use that a lot? Is that something that
No,
makes
I,
it?
I haven't really gotten into like, HomeKit or
Mm,
Google
mm,
or Amazon or Alexa or any of those. I've used Samsung's one a few times because that plays a little bit nicer with some of the things that I have.
mm.
Um, and I also have like a Samsung phone, but yeah, I haven't really like dived into the smart home stuff. Although I do kind of want to eventually like be able to if you can install speakers into the ceiling and be able to turn on different things. I think that'd be pretty
Okay.
neat.
Yeah.
then I guess we're pretty much the same when it comes to these. Then, like, it's a great added
Yeah.
feature to have with
Hmm.
the smart home devices. But yeah, if you have a camera and you have a smart home device, it's fine to connect it to it. Always that one or two
Hmm.
times that a couple of times that these may come in handy. But generally, yeah, it's not something that I use a lot to say.
Yeah.
But it's good to have a
Yeah.
feature.
And if someone's like ringing the doorbell, if where I'm gonna have the smart home, tablet is gonna be
Mm,
like in my
mm,
kitchen or in my living room, and that's like just right next to the door, so I can just go look.
mm, mm, mm.
Or, I mean, if I'm upstairs, I'm just gonna look at my phone too, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's just natural. Just pull out your phone, like just and then just check check your footage from it. Stan would say, okay, Joe says Spruce Village. Oh yeah, battery backup. No, I dug a 70 feet long trench to run a couple cat sticks to my shed in the backyard for PoE cameras and to extend Wi-Fi. Ah, funny. So Joe here is pretty much like a hard on DIY. He knows that he knows how to make his stuff work. Yeah, he's been I think he's been doing a lot, also playing around a lot with these cameras. Uh,
Yeah, 70-foot trench or 70-foot long trench does not sound fun to dig. Hopefully, it was in
I
good
know,
weather.
I know, I know. So we and then and so looking at the scope of how fast paced moving uh, days that we have now, uh, and the installation. I mean, it's faster to plug in these cameras, but maybe installation takes time. Would you say solar powered cameras or battery powered cameras with a solar panel will be a way to go moving forward, or you think a hardwired camera like the PoE cameras are still going to be around and be wanted for a very long time?
I think the PoE is going to be around for a very long time. I think,
Right.
for a house, you don't want
Yeah.
to have like the solar panel because it just kind
Mm.
of adds more to it and makes it
Yeah.
more obvious.
Okay.
Uh, but there are definitely use cases for that solar panel to make it,
Mhm.
easier for install in remote locations.
Okay. All right. So, 360 cameras. You've seen Reolink with the dual lenses cameras with the
Mhm.
180-degree field of view, and the track makes with the 360-degree pan and tilt camera. Uh, is there any special preference for this type of cameras when it comes to you, or
I
do
like
you like?
I like the
Mm,
auto tracking. The auto tracking is
yeah.
pretty neat, and then like the 360 views
Mm,
are pretty neat too because it's like you just kind of set it there, and you're gonna get your everything that you need to see, and um, the duos are pretty nice. I haven't seen like the doorbell cameras where it's
mm,
very very wide angle, um,
mm.
but yeah, no, they're I think that's especially like in a central location that you're trying to cover. It can you
Yeah.
can you can solve a situation where you need to have like three or four cameras and just have one.
Yeah. Yeah, with me, there's a difference though. I'm not like a PTZ. I mean, I love the track mix. So it's one of the
Yeah,
best cameras, like built like a tank, and it does an amazing job. But if I had to pick between PTZ 360 and a dual lens camera, I'll go for the dual. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm just a
yeah,
fan of the dual. Like my favorite, the battery powered camera, the Argus 4 Pro. It's one amazing camera that I love so much. I'll go for that dual any day over PTZ. I know tracking is amazing on the PTZ cameras, moving around, especially the track mix camera. That's good with that. But I just love the dual lens view that comes out of that that with these cameras like a dual
yeah,
3 Wi-Fi, dual 3 PoE, or the Argus 4 Pro. Those are lead for me. I'll pick that. So I guess that's the difference between you and I when it comes to selection. But you would use any of them? And you don't
I,
have a specific preference, but I have a specific preference for the dual
Mhm.
cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for me. So would you use facial recognition when it comes to, like, let's say, security cameras with this feature to be able to identify people, your family members, when they come home? Like maybe set a feature to set it not to trigger any or send any alert when it detects that it's a known person that is being detected by the camera. Do you think that's like a super a feature that is really needed for these security cameras?
I think, some people might want that type of feature. Me
Mm.
personally, I probably wouldn't use it because it's like it's another thing with the cloud, right? Or
Yeah,
like it's transferring data, it's got to
yeah.
compare, and so
Mhm,
it's talking
mhm,
um, to the server probably. So personally, I probably wouldn't use it, but I think that's a
mhm.
good feature to have for someone who needs it, especially for like a place of business or
Yeah,
something like that.
uh, yeah. I think we're on the same line when it comes to this. I mean, I would. This is the same as the added functionality of being able to integrate with smart home for me
Yeah.
too. Like it's good to have it, but would I always use it? Maybe I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
mean, even if
Maybe if I was like
yeah.
out of town, turn
Mm,
it on when I'm out of town, so I could kind of
yeah.
see like who, if like oh, my friend is coming by, and maybe he didn't text me that he's coming, or that I know that he's
Mm,
gonna. I gave him a key to come check on things, and I can get a
mm,
notification. Hey, so and so has showed up at your front door, and you can
mm.
be able to see like, oh, this is the time that he came, this is the time that he left, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's that I'm saying pretty much the same. Uh,
Mhm.
I'll probably I don't know. Yeah, but if I was expecting someone that, why would I still want to have their special faces to be recognized? Or maybe unless I'm getting a notification that says Tony is at the
Yeah,
Tony has been detected, or maybe yeah, the mailman comes in, and then I just get a normal notification like person detected.
yeah,
But I
that'd
was
be
expecting, yeah,
that'd be cool. Like,
yeah,
if you see, if like your front door camera sees like a FedEx box,
yeah,
they could
yeah,
recognize the FedEx logo. It says, "Hey, a FedEx has been dropped off," or
yeah,
Amazon or whatever. That'd be pretty neat.
yeah, yeah. This is the some added features that would make just some little things that could make that could change things a little bit on how you interact with the cameras
Mhm.
in general. Yeah, to say that's justifiable. So what Cloud? Yeah, I was gonna ask this, but I think you pretty much I know what your answer is gonna be, and I think we have the same answers when it comes to this. Like having your footage stored on the cloud versus local storage, uh, and I know that's like a high decisive factor for
Mhm.
a lot of users for Reolink cameras because you're able to store your footage locally. Everything is local, so I'm guessing that's the same thing for you to uh, to
Yeah,
to have your footage stored locally than the cloud.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. Like the local storage is just a game changer for me because
Mm,
I can download it whenever I want, modify it. If I
mm,
don't have internet, I don't need internet to access it. Like if I something happens, there's a storm, but I can still access it with my laptop or because I have
mm.
battery backup, and I think that's the big thing for me.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's just right now. Let's just go in a space where uh, any feature that we think of could be could be implemented on these security cameras. Yeah. What would you when it comes to smart features like AI, the buzzword now, AI is where we're heading towards. What would you want to implement into these security cameras? Like general ideas, like anything.
Maybe not so much as a feature, but
Mm.
like ease of install, like a camera that's like a light bulb that you can screw into a light bulb
Huh.
that has Wi-Fi.
Okay. A light bulb on Wi-Fi. Okay, okay.
And so
Well, yeah.
it could see, it could be motion sensitive, so it sees someone, it turns on the light. It still acts like a light, but it has a small camera in the center of it.
Okay. Doesn't that sound like a? Oh no, that's just a normal light. I was gonna say that sounded a little bit like a floodlight, but
Yeah,
there's a
exactly like
difference.
a floodlight. It'd be
Like
like
a
a big,
floodlight. Okay.
yeah, big floodlight with a camera
Yeah.
or multiple cameras, or however, it doesn't even have to be like the shape of a light. It can be, a bullet
Okay.
cam, right?
Okay. Okay. Like a bullet cam with the lights around it, and
Yeah.
then so I turn on and I see things.
Yeah.
That would be a pretty cool catch light, huh? Turn turn on and I see things. Uh, but when it comes to smart features in general, like implementing smart features into this
Smart
camera,
features.
yeah,
Oh, I don't
anything
know. I
missing?
mean, AI is pretty neat. I think AI can do a lot of cool things. Mm,
Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah. I think Tony went off a little bit. I didn't hear him. No,
oh
can you
no,
hear
no,
Tony?
no. I was
Okay.
thinking. I stopped because I thought you were saying something.
Oh no yeah. I just saw Equilibrium just got here. He says hi. I just got two of the Argus 4 Pros. Coincidence? Finding a live going. Okay, welcome. I just bought 21 cameras from you guys. RWRK Music. Okay, and Equilibrium. That's yeah. I'm gonna welcome you guys for joining the live stream. We have streams here a couple of times in a month. Uh, and it's always good to have you joining us and chit chatting in general. We chit chat about security in general. Tony here. I'm going to introduce Tony is a good friend uh, and a good user of Reolink cameras that has over the years I've fiddled around these products and he knows a lot about the products. He plays around them, and we're just having a general chat about security today, and talking about how we've been using the cameras and what we would want to have into these cameras in the future to make it easier and more convenient. So feel free to ask any questions, and Tony will be able to also jump in there and answer some of your questions if you have any. Uh, so yeah, Equilibrium just gave a good clap. And yeah, all right. RWRK Music. Do you mind telling us about some of what type of cameras you bought? That's 21. That's a lot of cameras. I'd love to know what was the mixture. That'll be good. Tony, are you curious? Do you want to
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a
right.
picture.
Yeah. And Equilibrium actually got two of the Argus 4 Pros. That's just the camera I was talking about right now. Like one of the cameras that I just like that. I just like that. Have you tried it though? Have you tried the Argus 4 Pro, Tony?
No, I have not.
No? Okay. You should try it. It's a good one. It's a good one. Working that. And then so okay, we're not missing any messages. All right, just hands up. All right, so in general, we're talking about the smart features that we talked about ease of installation, like a bulb, something that would turn on and see at the same time, and smart features in general. For me currently, have I actually thought about smart features? Any other smart features that we could put into these cameras? uh, a lot, like being able to search for events. Uh, imagine having been able to be able to instead of scrubbing through your footage all the time, you just write stuff to search for them. Would that be something cool?
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty. I mean, you already have the events, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I think something that uh, what Medit was saying, like analyze the videos and describes it, you know, so you
Mm,
have like a summary at the end of the day, like, hey, you've had, you know, a lot of foot traffic in front of your house today,
yeah,
and you got 2 packages, you know, something like that. That would be pretty neat.
yeah, right. Yeah, so I guess there's some added benefits could that could be really useful instead of scrolling through your footage. Probably just write something and search for specific uh, imagery or a specific description of something that could be somewhere in the footage, and then you get that pulled out for you to see. That also could also be a faster way to do that. And right now, I think we already have features like basic. I would say basic features um, like person, animal, vehicle detection, and zone linger detections that come up with these cameras too. Some features that make it package detection also, because then when your delivery guy comes in and leaves something in front and goes away, camera is able to tell you there's still a package in front of your home. It's just little things that could make it easier, or
Yeah.
some added benefits. Yeah, that should be great. Can you check out the message from RK Music? He just dropped in. Um,
Yeah. That's a lot of cameras, and I guess it makes sense to be on a big farm like that. You're gonna need a lot of cameras to not only watch your livestock, but you know, protect them at the same time.
yeah, most of them have been installed in portrait buildings on a large scale farm, NERLC 810A, okay, 8.115 Shani, uh, 82 3S1. Oh, he has a 823S1. Yeah, that's a big boy. And then K Watson says, "Hi, I would love corridor mode on more cameras." We did a video on that. Yes, we have a video on that. Have you used that? Have you used that, Tony? That corridor mode functionality?
I have not.
Not, not. You haven't played with that yet.
No.
Okay. Okay. And RWRK Music says, I love FTP for uh, RLN 36. FTP. Wait, do we have FTP on the 36 channel? I think we should be able to answer that for you in the chat box in a bit. Tony, feel free to jump in there in the chat and answer or chit chat with everyone if you want to, because they can hear you too.
Yeah, no, I think what Medit is saying is pretty neat. Like being able to have it on a WhatsApp, so you can have other people join or leave the group if you're, you know, away or something like that, without giving them like you know, privileges on your account, right? So
Mm,
you can like
mm,
forward like a notification to someone. That'd be kind of neat.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those are also these are like, okay, like little details, things that can actually change the way you interact with the cameras in general outside. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Equilibrium says, I'm happy with my purchase of the two Argus 4 Pros, I guess, and I will be buying two doorbells, at least two more after that for the street. Okay. Here, if you can see this Equilibrium, the doorbell is right here, also here. We should be able to drop a link to that for you to check out these doorbells. We have a couple of them, different types that you can look at and decide. We have on battery, we have PoE and a Wi-Fi version that you can look at. So collections that you can take a look at. Again, what else do we have? Joe says AI feature example. I'm gonna let you take this, Tony, from Joe. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you read that and talk to Joe.
Yeah, no, I
I'll
mean
let-
this is I don't know, do you mind me if I go into my experiences, or do you want to say that for another stream?
oh no, please go in.
Yeah,
Please
okay.
go in.
So I mean, Joe, that would be something that would have helped me because, you know, I got my truck stolen from it was in the beginning of January, and I had to go and find it and scrub through the night and try to find out. Okay, here it is. It's here at midnight, but it's not here at 6 a.m. So what happened in between there? So you had to kind of slowly go through. And back then I didn't have like some of the notifications on. Now I have them on because I learned my lesson, right? Luckily, I was able to get my truck back, but um, being able to be able to type that in and be like, hey, when did my vehicle last leave the driveway? And you'll find it real quick. There's a vehicle leaving the driveway at, I think it was like 1:26 or something like that in the morning. So that'd be pretty
Mm.
neat.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would work a lot to be able to just get in there and search for that, and be able to pull that out really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, you're here, right? Just heard the story. I already wait. I already purchased the Wi-Fi bills on Amazon. Oh, a 2-pack. Okay, that's also good. That's also good. Uh, it's- Let us know how you're loving it, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and our other social media platforms, so you get notified whenever we're coming on the stream. We'll be having another stream again soon. Should be able to get on here so we can chat, and if you have any questions, and you can let us know about how your products are doing. And if you have any questions here on the chat, this is where we get to answer questions directly, and chit chats in general about all of this. Uh, but so Tony also had that awful experience about his car being stolen, but luckily he was able to get it back, and that was because having a security camera around. With the security camera around, you were able to go through that to view that footage and be able to identify or see what came in and how it happened. Do you think this would have been like really possible? The recovery process would have been faster or been possible if had it not be for you having a security camera around home?
Um, the biggest thing that the security cam offered was more catching the people, because it showed the vehicle that pulled up to the front of my house, parked it.
Mm,
And I didn't have coverage of my truck, and I'm going to be working on trying to get another camera for where I park my truck.
mm,
Um, and that camera that I had was able to
yeah.
see, oh, it's like a, I think it was like a 2019 Civic or something like that, with a certain rims that were aftermarket and had a busted out window and temporary tags. And so when I
Mm,
went down the road, it went past another security camera and they were able to get the tag number. And then whenever, they committed more crimes a few weeks later, they were able
mm.
to attribute that temp tag with that incident that happened with me. And so that person was arrested, and I don't know where they are in that, and there was multiple, there was like 3 or 4 guys, so they only got one of them, but they got one of them at least.
Oh, okay. All right. And there was no follow up? Like,
Yeah, i
uh,
haven't i haven't heard anything yet. That was late February, so I haven't heard
oh,
anything.
okay. All right. Sorry about that though. It's a
Yeah,
crazy, awful
yeah,
experience. I don't know how it would feel if I had to get out of my home and then see that
it
I
was.
realized my truck been stolen. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Pulp Fiction when John Travolta like walks into the living
Yeah.
room and he's just like kind of like, what what's going on? Where's my truck? Like what?
Yeah. Yeah. It would feel really awful, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah,
It-
definitely had a, sinking feeling in my stomach, and it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Yeah. It would feel like that. Yeah, sorry about that experience.
Okay.
Equilibrium says already, okay, the next ones I plan on buying direct. I'd also love the 36 NVR to support multiple monitors by extending the second monitor and not duplicate it with that many cameras for the farm. Okay, that's a feedback I think we can we can send back. to the team and see. Can we note that down from our WRK music? Or should be able to. Yeah, have you ever encountered that, Tony, about the having to extend your extend what you're
Nah,
feeling?
I don't have that many cameras. I wish.
No, okay. To extend your view to another monitor, but yeah,
Yeah.
well, pretty nice
Well,
addition.
it'd be pretty nice, like, if you
Yeah,
have like, it's because right now I have like 9 cameras. So if I could have like one of them have 4, so they're bigger, right? Instead of being
yeah,
smaller ones, and then the other monitor have 5, you know, that'd be pretty neat. Or
yeah.
just be able to accept different resolutions. Like there's like ultra wide. I don't know if I don't know if they do or not, but maybe having the ability to accept like an ultra wide
Mm,
resolution to display the cameras. I don't.
yeah, yeah, could be. We'll take that feedback in and see. I'm not. I think it's something that can be worked on. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's
Uh,
like the LG Duo Up or something like that, where
yeah.
it's like 2 monitors stacked like up and down, which I think
Hmm.
would be pretty cool to see all the way through.
Yeah. All right. Like and sub Equilibrium. Thank you. Yeah, you will be notified on our next live stream, and be sure to be here on time because we'll be having some great conversations. And then getting back to it, so good for Medit app says God bless the creative cameras. Honestly, yeah, there's just one of these tech devices that you you've never used and you've never thought of having or never thought of the need to have it, but when you use it you realize it's actually important and you just need it. Do I say that right, Tony?
Yeah, no, like it's is definitely kind of, well, kind of, bouncing off of what you're saying. It's kind of a set it and forget it. Like you install it,
Yeah,
and like the
yeah,
first time I installed it, I was like, oh man, I spent, I think it was like around $1,000 on. I was like, it's
yeah,
a lot of money, but I know it's going to be worth it. But then you kind of forget about it, and then something
yeah.
happens, and then you're like,
And
oh
then
my
you
god,
realize, oh my God.
thank thank God I have this, because
Yeah,
you know whatever
yeah,
happened, happened. You need it for whatever reason that you need it to, verify something.
mm, yeah. I would say that it's just that thing again. Yeah, it's security cameras are just as tech units that you don't think you
I
need or you've never
I
used, but
I will say
yeah,
cameras are the only thing that I've ever gotten like a return on the investment, right,
yeah,
from insurance. So there hasn't
yeah.
been anything else that I've done with my house except for cameras that actually have gotten money because of the cameras.
Oh yeah, for insurance,
Yeah.
because then
Yeah.
you're able to prove that something actually happened
Yeah.
and show a valid video feed. Okay, yeah, that's also great. That's also great. But yeah, from my experience, just something that you never think you need. You
Mhm.
don't think it's worth it, but then you get it, you use it, and then you realize, oh damn, okay, this I yeah, it's actually good, and you just keep wanting to get better quality on your cameras, on your vision, and everything. That's good to know. I feel so much safer with cameras at my house. Can't imagine not having them. Yeah. Where's it at? I'm not sure what you're asking. Equilibrium, but thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. WRK. Okay, so are you doing anything for the holidays for Easter coming up?
Ooh, probably getting some crawfish. I don't know if you guys like crawfish, but we like
Man,
crawfish.
yeah.
There,
Okay. You
there's
go.
a it's a Cajun versus Asian crawfish festival that we like to go
Okay.
to. So
Okay. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm actually not sure what I'm doing yet. All right, so I'm gonna drop a last one in. Okay, so I'm guessing your go-to Easter treat will be the crawfish. Yes.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Ever had like an unexpected Easter moment, like something that you might want to share?
Unexpected Easter moment.
Yeah.
Um, we used to we used to go to this lady's house for to do Easter egg hunts when I was really really young, and
Mm.
I found like the golden egg, and it had like $200 in it, and this is back in like 1997 or something like that, and I was like
Well,
5
that's a
years
lot of
old,
money.
and I was like, I don't like, well, I'm rich.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of
Yeah,
money. Finding all of
yeah,
that in there. That's good. That's good to know. Uh, well, generally, I would say we've been able to talk about a few things today. Go through a lot of things related to these cameras in general. It's good to have you here. Let's see. I feel okay. Let me read a message from RWRK Music. Yep, I have that set up like this. I have two monitors on top of each other because we used to have 36 channels and an analog 16 channel. We finally removed. Okay, I get it. We've noted that and we'll be sending in that feedback. You didn't know you needed it until you needed it.
yeah.
Is that like is that does that rhyme?
Mm.
You didn't know you needed it until you needed it. Is that right? All right. Also, my name is Rework. Okay. Okay. Rework. All right. It's good to have you here at Rework. Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the stream. Uh, and you can subscribe to all of our social media channels if you have any, and even TikTok. We have some fun videos that go up there. We'll be having a stream again later, and you will get that notification, and you can join us. It's been great having Tony here today. This was a fun chat. I
Yeah,
had fun, enjoyed myself talking with Tony. This was a just pretty chill come to you sharing our experiences with these cameras together. And thanks a lot again. Thanks so much, Tony, for being here and joining us on this stream. Uh, we
yeah, of
normally
course.
say,
Thank you. Yeah.
uh, stay safe, stay secure. See you next time. That's what we say. So, Tony, you want to say that together? Stay safe, stay secure. See you next time. And
Sure.
until our next stream, stay
Stay
safe,
safe, stay
stay
secure. See you next.
secure. See
See
you
you next.
next time.
Bye.
Have a great evening.